Good evening, councillors. Good evening, members of the public. Welcome to the Planning Committee on the 16th of July at the Barn Green Room, DCC. Okay, item 1 on the agenda is apologies. To receive any apologies for absence. I think it's just Councillor Jones, seeing that everyone else is here. Okay. Item 2 on the agenda is declarations of interest. Arising from this agenda, members and officers are invited to declare any relevant interest. Notwithstanding this item, members may subsequently declare any interest at any point during the meeting. Do we have declarations of interest from anybody? Nope. Item 3 on the agenda is minutes of the previous meeting. To receive and confirm the accuracy of the minutes of the Planning Committee meeting held on the 25th of June 2025. Have you all had a chance to read through and happy for those that were in attendance? Are you happy for me to? Yep. Ooh.
You are?
Yeah. Everyone? Mm-hmm. There we go, thank you. Okay, item 4, the Planning Committee project report. To receive and review the project report from the committee clerk.
No new updates on that?
No new updates?
Nope.
No. Okay. Everyone else happy with that? Yeah. Okay. Item 5, public participation. The meeting will recess for no more than 15 minutes to allow any members of the public to address the meeting. Would you like to say anything, Wendy? Oh no, you've got to read out the statement. Sorry, I beg your pardon.
The Parish Council, via this committee, comments and makes recommendations on planning applications affecting the parish. Proceedings during the public session, which will only exceed 15 minutes in exceptional circumstances, must remain under the control of the chairman, to whom all questions and comments on applications or other planning matters must be addressed. All comments on planning applications should be made to the Head of Planning Management at Winchester City Council.
Over to you.
Wendy Wright.
Hi, Wendy.
So the agenda is the Bargate thing and Forest Road. I wondered if you've got a copy of the flyer that's been sent out.
Yeah, I do.
Is that it? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no problem. Okay. Yeah, right. Okay, we can close the public session and move on. Item 6, planning applications. To consider and make a comment on the planning applications received from Winchester City Council and any other authority in respect of applications appertaining to the parish of Denmead, as set out in the listing of planning applications to be considered. Okay. Okay, application 1 is 39 Harvest Road, Denmead, Waterlooville. Proposal is layout changes throughout the existing property and rear extension to create a new kitchen area, utility and ensuite. Have you all had a chance to have a look online or at your documents at the proposals and existings? Any councillor to start off with any opinions, views on what they've seen? Councillor Angel?
Just one observation, it's part of my regular walk. And the work has actually started on the amendments with a skip and plenty of bubble on the front garden. I believe, if I recall, this is for rear work, with some internal mods. So just bring it to the council's attention that unless they're doing something else that's pretty obvious from the back, because you can't see anything from the front, then I would suspect that work has already commenced. Just an observation.
Okay. Anyone else to add? Councillor Andre?
I note what Councillor Ranger has said. Maybe they're doing the internals, which they don't need planning permission for, and only need building regs.
Not topsoil.
Well, I'm just saying, it's we can report suspicion that they've already started, they wouldn't be the first persons to realise they need planning permission after they started. And then, but regarding the actual application, it seems to be a 4 metre extension for a kitchen on the back. Judging by the plan view showing the houses on the side, on one side seems to have been fairly well extended. And I would propose no objection because I don't see any reason that Winchester would object to it, and I can't see why we would.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see that there's. I made a few comments. I put no impact on the street scene. There's been a front door replacement with a window, so there's not much changing there. It's the rear removal of the existing conservatory replaced with a dining, single story, flat roof, pitched roof light, I believe. All else is internal, so I don't see there's much reason to object. Unless anyone else has got anything to say, you made a proposal. We need a seconder. Yeah, okay. Do we have a show of hands? Yeah, okay. Lovely. All right, Lucy. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, application 2. Freeways, Sheepwash Lane, Denmead. New garage with habitable room above. This one's quite interesting. This one's quite. So yeah, similar to what we've had previously before, they're proposing to have an upstairs accommodation above 3 existing garages. Any comments? Any Councillor Brown?
It's not existing. So it's not like 3 existing garages, it's a new build. It's
Oh yes, yeah, sorry.
in the corner of the property.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, new build, yeah. Okay. Do we have any comments, any views? Councillor Angelo?
This is outside the development boundary, so it comes under development in the countryside. And this is a separate building with accommodation. With no actual, certainly no agricultural or horticultural justification for additional accommodation. And judging by the position and the size of the plot, there's a possibility that could become a separate building, separate dwelling at some point. And we have no justification for another building. It's not in the gap, but it's in the countryside.
I share your views on that. I made the same comment that due to the habitable room above, the application may in the future be submitted to convert lower spaces, and I actually drew exactly what you just said. I believe it might come back, as we've seen before, and that could be cut off and become its own little area, in my view, like yours. Anyone else wish to add anything? Councillor Brown?
We can't take future plans into account. Well, so I agree with exactly what we've said, but we can't take that into account. My point would be, as Councillor Andreoli raised, is that it's outside the development boundary with no case put forward for agricultural need for it.
Kevin, you going to say?
No, I was going to say that we can't say that we're not allowed to assume that the ground floor will be converted at some point, but it is an extra accommodation which is in the countryside in a separate building. I would suggest that we should object on the grounds that it's a separate building in the countryside for which there is no agricultural requirement or fruit. Losing the words. They haven't justified having extra accommodation using agricultural or horticultural
proposal?
Yeah.
Yeah. If no one else is happy to add anything, I'm happy to second. Okay, can we have a show of hands all in favour?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, yes.
I would have preferred it to have been a strong objection. If the case officer's minded to permit
So I
it.
would concur with that.
Do we have to make
Well,
an
happy-
amendment,
happy
or
to-
can we just accept that? Does it
happy
have to be
to amend
amended or
mine.
not? No?
Happy to amend my
Oh.
proposal to a strong objection,
I do. Okay.
and it's usually a separate vote for committee. So,
Right, so we have to vote on your amendment first.
well, no,
No?
I'm amending the main proposal, so you don't just vote on the proposal, as long as you're happy to.
Yeah, I'm still happy to second. So
we have
we have an amendment for a strong objection.
Yeah.
Can I have a show of hands, all those in favour?
Do we then want it to go to committee? If the officer is minded to approve.
Yes, yes, yep. Show of hands for that as well. Is that okay, Lucy? Yeah.
So I should have said. I suppose.
That's fine. Okay, it's applications. Item 7 on the agenda is decisions received. To note, there have been no decisions received since the last meeting. Item 8, new planning applications to receive and note. One, just one. Okay, thank you. Item 9 on the agenda is Bargate Homes, land south of Forest Road, Denmead. To note, residents of Denmead have been asked to participate in a consultation by Sunday, the 20th of July, regarding the proposal for a residential development for up to 65 homes. That's to note. Okay. Councillor Brown.
I think we should have actually made a comment on it. I don't think we should have just left that to note. It's a planning, potentially going to be a planning application in this village. We have a revision of the main neighbourhood plan coming up, and I think we should have some response to it.
Can we do that now, or does that have to come back to our next? Kevin. Councillor Andrew.
Yeah, it's a case of, this is a, it's not the first time, I think this one's come up, but we can expect more of these over the upcoming time. It's a case of a developer having an option on a piece of land, and trying to get support from the village for that. And my understanding is the majority of the leaflets have gone to Anmore.
Eh?
Yeah, well, mainly because the approved area
Is
for
the back door,
development
then the back garden, yeah, okay.
was behind Anmore Road.
Okay.
So I don't know that for sure, but I've been told that that area has been. Yes, we note it. If it comes forward to us as a planning application, then we can make our decision then.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's or
Okay.
individual members of the committee can make their own comments on it if they wish to. But I suspect certain areas of the village will object strongly because it's near them, and other areas of the village will say, "Oh yeah, that's all right. It's not near us."
Yeah, that's like any planning application. Until it's on your back door, you just don't want to know. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Councillor Berry.
If it goes ahead,
yeah.
will they take the number of dwellings there off what Winchester expects their mean to build?
Probably not, given the situation at government level, because we know for a fact that Winchester local plan has just been to the inspector, and they're now updating it based on the inspector's comments, or will be, and along with a large number of councils up and down the country when the current government came in, who were told to either hurry up or start again with new figures. And Winchester are well aware that they're going to have to instantly start again on a local plan with more housing. So, and we're doing the local, the neighbourhood plan, and we fully expect to have to start again almost instantly, as much to give us some more.
Straight off the back onto the next.
Yeah, so given the government's successive government's attitude to thou shalt build, if it did come through, I suspect it would just be counted as windfalls and not counted towards our allocation.
Okay.
I don't know for sure. That's just my opinion and my experience would be. It's outside the development boundary, so it's less likely to happen. There are sites within the development boundary that are likely to happen and also won't be counted, probably won't be counted towards our figure.
It's not a site that people are trying to get in the neighbourhood plan. They are trying to get it through without whether the neighbourhood plan exists or not. That's their idea, from my view of it. And if the neighbourhood plan isn't made again, it won't be the last.
It opens the floodgates then, doesn't it? I suppose?
Yeah, it will become free for all.
Chris, go on.
Two things. Bargate's website doesn't say Sunday the 20th as a matter of interest. One thing. And second thing, they've approached other landowners along Forest Road on the right hand side. 3 other landowners that I'm aware of, and checking out the availability of the land. So it's not just, even though the pre-app or whatever it's referred to in this particular case has gone in for that, the Bunkers Hill Forest Road piece, over the roundabout on the right hand side, they've approached the 3 other landowners there with a matter of interest.
Yep.
I'm not certain, but I think Bargate were the ones that were looking at Fursley Corner as well.
Correct.
Yes, they were. I remember that.
I mean, previously they come in about 3 times with the Fursley Corner bit.
Are they based in Petersfield, I believe? They're close by. I remember looking at them. I think they are.
But,
yeah. I looked at that once.
We're aware of it, Chair, until such time as something more formal happens. Then
we can do it then.
This committee is not in a position to respond.
Okay, right, lovely. Right, let's move on to item 10 then, which is social media, to discuss and determine any content for social media. Is it worth putting Bargate on there? I think. Anything?
It would probably be worth putting on there to point people to it.
Make them aware.
Make them aware of it. But
Can't do much else.
Should we check this down? should we check?
I'm not sure if we've already put it on there.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I'm just slightly concerned if we did mention it, that we might be taken as promoting it.
Or not.
Yeah, I think we need to be very careful what we put up. Yeah. On our social media.
So what would you advise to, if we were to put something up?
Well, personally, I'm not sure I would.
Okay.
The committee decision.
Yeah.
No, I sort of get where Kevin's coming from, but it's information for the village, which I think, in some ways, as a parish, is
Well, if they're
bound.
going to get leaflets, then
Well, yeah.
well,
It has been on Facebook already.
So have people contacting us in the parish councils with objections, right?
so everyone knows about it already,
Yeah.
don't they? So it's just continuing that awareness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
As long as it's not, it can't be construed as us predetermining or anything like that. So we can't have an opinion. We can just point people to it.
Yeah. So we just continue to promote the awareness and get it out there on our social, and that way. Yeah, rather than making a decision or making it look like we are making a decision, we're just passing information on and keeping it in people's minds, perhaps. Committee happy with that? Should we? Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, as long as we're not seen to,
Be
it doesn't
push. Yeah.
appear that
Yeah.
we're
Fine.
promoting it. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, item 11, matters for the next agenda. To receive any matters for the next agenda?
Hargate Homes,
Sorry, I'm just on other.
Oh, sorry, yeah, anything else? Yeah,
social
sorry.
Media. I think you had an update on the one today, which is a decision, isn't it?
Yeah, Anthill, so yeah, we can put that decision on.
We
So,
put decisions
yeah.
on there normally, don't we?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that would be a
So
decision.
that was objected, that was carried through.
I'll be objecting more.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So yeah, we can put that on there as well if you're happy to. Yeah. Okay. Okay, back to item 11, matters for the next agenda. To receive any matters for the next agenda? No. Okay, and on to item 12, the confidential report. To pass a resolution in accordance with the Public Bodies Act 1960 to exclude the public and press for discussions relating to the report from the